Say you better masi nsentwefo say ene etun safre mu na mu se modage na motimi aba amba betie ensem a etwagu efa ye mampani dada John Dramani Mahama ne nsem odi tudwa efa article 71 holders and continuously being consistently inconsistent and lying to the people of Ghana. Now, o chatro ede nsemu a enimu etudwa efa ni positiona ohodu efa ho na no ye yadwen se ye de nsem no bi ebetudwa ne achechirem na munyina no mahu nsunsunsuanso ene se me bono tofa no ni nyina eye ne monument anase sikado sopu a omampani dada bia ufura adwaso a ede mawo ene nhihye eda ho na nanu TV3 for eye no interview ana ye tutu na no na ode nsem bia enimu tu dwase enya ade a aban ye sisuoi etua sa sika no ede ma no na ye kohwe mu no na nye sa asunsanso no ene ekire na mum ekire se ye tua sika asa last yi amano a ekire se consistently evidence ekire se ye tua sika e de amano na otimi gina ho bo ni siremu e de nsem we etudwa no e ade a na se ye magana fo gina hu de twam a ehu hia na yempese yede me sure say the director kan ya mude ensem ni bi mohu bi wo social media ene ehu sunsuanso ene ade a yempese yede bi betudwa na anke hu yi omampani dada de anka wo de ne se obeboa me ahihye oman na oman yetimi afa ne ntuma pa bi afra te say the other former president say here but to come out and Bejina Bontin Jina Simpio so catcher Ghana for nyina se sabisika ese ye de man aso mampani yemfa ma ono e ade a enim guase e ferry e boman e se oman na kabia ye se dabiara o mampani dada e ya gye ne ho ntre ha e wo Ghana ha abreni nyina no ensem ode betudwa no e ye nsem a emfa kwan mu a e ye atro any busimuka as a Ghana for nyina you treat no with the highest contempt it deserves. O ma pedida da ya say efa galamse ho me director kan ho asem e de betudwa e kan sem bebre efa ho the same former president no ye campaign 2020 e be gina simpio su ka che Ghana for say akwanya ba no be ye mampani a de obeye ni say womu a omadi galamse hu bone a ya che omo de omakotwiri fiase nyina no obegja omo nyina aba. The same former president is attacking Akufo-Addo and I say President Akufo-Addo a watu ne ho asi ho se obeko ama galamse atu ase no se onu ntu ne ho ade so na onu mom ena betimi aye adwuma no e kire clearly se o mampani dada John Dramani Mahama oni bibia de magana fo na mum yade a tumi keke ena ope tumi keke ena ohwehwe nti wato wabone ho ano ho ba se kasa bi ebefiri nanum aba bia betofom bia no eye propaganda atro ani bosremuka na ye wo the new patriotic party ye adwene se ye beboa na bibi biara ye beye amomai Ghana sunsanso a ye wo mu a yenim se wiase mu nyina sikasem ato ade ncheche sikasem enkoyie na oman wiase mu man akukudam ato baha no na wo hwe Ghana ye gina bra ye gina wo sikasem mu a kire se ye gina brane na ye nyina ye be support Ghana aban ye wo so ye NPP aban under the leadership of Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia se Ghana said the president kan ye say atorenchem ba onim kwan a obetimi abo nipa nkwa ho ban na emum eba oman sikasem dia onim kwan obetimi de sikasem no aba abegina ne naso eno ne the commitment and the sacrifice ayaya adwen se ye de beboa Ghana eman nti eno ene nsunsuanso a ye ka ho asem se omampani dada ansem o ka nyina no momfa no hu na momfa no just tra na ihurudu hwiada sem a bibi biara nim bedamase.
Okay, so we are going to have a Hausa and a Dagbani version of the presentation. And that will be given to us by our Deputy Director, Haji Arabi.
To mun gode kwarai da kuke jin mu. Babban mu yayi magana, yace muna kaman yau kwana biyu muna jin yare daban-daban na shugaban kasan da ya wuce. Ya fito yake muna kuwa da karya. Wannan karya muka fito yau mu gaya muku kar kowa ya dauke shi maganan kwarai. Dan in ka duba article 71 maganganun da ya fara yin nan yana gwada muna kaman da shi former shugaban kasan da ya wuce yana gwada kaman kan shi ya fito ya yi ma da ya doki article 71 nan shi ya gwada kaman shugaban kasa ko wadanda ke gaban kasa ayyukan da suke yi da abubuwan da ya kamata ko biyan da ya kamata su ta karba shi yazo yake ashe lokacin da yake maganan duka kan shi yake ma wannan magana da Atamius ya mutu bai ci shekara ba ya kawo takardun da zai gwada kudin da za a biya shi rokan da za a bashi gidan da za a bashi bai jira har ya kai maganan nan parliament a je a gyara tukunan a fito da shi fili ba shi ya zauna da mutane shi daki suka yi wanga mutum ka ce wai mutum mai gaskiya ne a'a magana da director mu yake gwadawa muna da takardun da ke gwadawa shine evidence da ya zana ma mutane da shugaban kasan mu na yanzu wai a biya kudi kaza a biya kudi kadan a sai musu motoci a biya kudin gidaje a biya ma masu yi mishi aiki duka kudi wadannan duka mun san da shi yan zama mun ga mun kawo takardun da zai gwada kaman ga abin da ya zana wai a bashi ga kudin da ake biyan shi amma director mu ya ce kaman shi mutum mai kwanciyar hankali ne bai son a fidda wadannan takardu amma in John Mahama ya fara yin wadannan karya za mu fidda wadannan takardu kuma ya faɗi kamar mu muna da cewa ko mun san gaskiya cewa wasu ku sun ga wadannan takardun da John Mahama ya fito yake yi ya kuma zo yi magana shekaran jiya shi da in kansa kan program shi yake cewa wai inda shi ne da ya resign inda shi ne Nanado da ya inda shi ne president Nanado da ka resign aikin mugu aikin da kai cikin kasa har yau kake yin nan ka resign a'a ka kowa ya doki maganan shi serious maganan da muke yi kenan kwanaki ya je ya gaya ma turawa wai covid-19 da Russia-Ukraine war shi ke damun kasar munga babban su ta zo na IMF ta ce gaskiya haka ne to ya zai John Mahama ya je kasan turai ya ce musu wa covid-19 da abin ga Russia-Ukraine war ke damun mu amma shi ya zo zangonnin mu ya ce a'a ba haka ba munafinci kenan ba shi yasa kan mu doki magana ina sunan shi John Mahama serious leadership chairman mu da national secretary mu da su mu communication directors mu da kowa da government of Ghana mun tun gaya muku kaman duban mutanen Ghana shine namu kuma insha Allah zai sake komi zai sake that's one mabe ya to ashe ta mani kana tiyal madin yala za aji kanje yamangle tetangban zo lam pa ngunda garla John Mahama so kam ni miyo ngunda ko tutudungona nzante chante vil mo anama o yalti ni dare tuya ni nana do yina to resign domin galamse tuma buchan vien yelanga galamse tuma buchan vien yelanga nyi ngun raji akatum de tun shanga maza so ra yela shele so ra yela na resign ma kanyiri yitum de tuma kana bna anto yelo no zan baka kule ayi onda yina ti yer article 71 yato a karnyela lore numa moto de yulma o yuare o du yuare o tum de biyob o lanka ko mazo amona derla la yuare maza tinjango tijila de bana na twango ne tirzan we ama dum bor su dola zo tiya ne tum malan bana ma son kana ku yelto wai ban ni la nyel be yaman le nya ngun lab na ti yele katnan zang ya to akaralan yina tizan sungo o chang tiselmin tang ti yel ba no Russia Ukraine ne de nya ti yel na hango kale kana yango ti yel ti na ai no Russia Ukraine party yel na hango yaman le ba da ne Denzo de tune te ban tout un banzo Olanjo Mahama. On y a la nouveau son on boire to Tibo. The tune te ban Yamal and the bed do shell. The national chairman in team, or military national secretary. To Konko Jimalana, Mr. Kodia, the national communications and the national executives come back palan. But Balakpalanzia with the government, net to tum tumazan tiganaza, tupun tum de me, yemigba punye tun shanga den chana. To be a genie, Kaliam non zang to chant la moine, the payapam.
Thank you very much. At this point, we'll be taking 3 questions from the English stations and then we'll take 3 from the 3 stations. So we'll allow for 3 questions from the English stations and then 3 from the... So we are starting with the English stations. So the 3 people should just move forward here. We'll give you the opportunity to ask your question. Or you ask the question from your end. You raise your hand and then I'll call you. Yes, please. You mention your name, your media house before the question. I'm coming. So, lady. Please go ahead. Okay, so you proof of the statements. Okay.
My name is Mr. Mahama. In your presentation, you made mention of the former president trying to capitalize on genuine consent. It was a very important word. Are you therefore saying that indeed, because for some amendments to the Article 71, it's a genuine consent? And what are your plans to also make sure that, or what is your position as party on that, to try and then see if in the future we will not have such issues where former presidents will be saying they have their emoluments or they don't have it?
Thank you very much. The last one. Okay, yeah.
I am Edward from GNA. So a continuation of the questions he asked. So
You said you are from where, please? Sorry.
Ghana News Agency.
Ghana News,
So in
okay.
the case of the evidence that you have, within what period were monies paid to President Mahama and how much was he paid and for what purpose, please?
Okay. Okay. Director, I think you would want to...
Let me just retain your questions.
period of... Is that the period of...
Payments.
Period of payments here. Pay to Mahama.
Right. Well, thank you very much. I think I'll take it with the first question. My lady was asking about evidence to show that what the former president said on TV3 was actually false. I referenced what documents I have seen on social media, and I'm sure that you are more versed in that space than I am, that indeed payments to his staff, arrangements to pay for his office, vehicles that needed to be provided for him have been duly provided. And I reference communications to that effect. We have those evidence, but in all fairness, we don't think that it is fair to those individuals to circulate those informations. The only thing we're here and trying to address this issue is that we're confounded by the former president unprovoked. Just on bright one evening, he decides that he wants to tell us that he's not benefiting from the entitlements that are due him for no reason I don't understand. It's very confounding to us. Maybe he needs to tell us why he said so, but the evidence you know and I know it exists. And maybe you ask your question just for emphasis. But yes, the evidence exists and I know you have seen it. The only thing I'm asking is why he said so. And he knows it's false. He's getting the benefits, but yet says he's not. And the reason it is important, and perhaps you may have to quiz that out of him, and maybe some of his representatives when they come to your studios, is to ask why exactly. And perhaps I would want to leave you with my own divination of why he is doing that is to appear to align with the genuine concerns of Ghanaians to say that let's look at Article 71 provisions. Is appearing to align with his own government when he was the vice president. And the government accepted the recommendations of the Constitution Review Commission that government was actually going to amend that part of the act. And I read that to you, where under issue 8, the government indicated that they have accepted the recommendation of the commission to amend that article. And he has said in other fora, I think once upon a time at a labor conference somewhere, saying that he wants the support of labor to repeal that article. Upon accepting the recommendation, the former president doesn't need anybody's support. He can take a unilateral action as an executive president of this country by presenting a bill to Parliament. Article 290, Clause 2 prescribes the process. How he goes about it: submit a bill to Parliament. Parliament refers that bill to Council of State. Council of State reviews and sends their advice back to Parliament. Parliament publishes it for about 6 months. After 6 months, then it is referred, Parliament that Saturday is referred back to Electoral Commission to frame a question for a referendum. These are the processes. He knows that. It's clear. But he refused to do it, asking for people's support. So the only possible explanation for why the president, unprovoked, or by his own design, to just tell us that he is not benefiting, that this government is denying him his rights under Article 71, is to create the impression that he is not benefiting from what Ghanaians appear to have concerns with. The motive there is to leverage the sentiments of the people, to say that I am with you, when in fact he is not. When in fact he's not, because his actions by way of benefiting and extracting those benefits means that he's not aligned with the people. And he had every opportunity under the sun to amend that article. He didn't. And you remember, he was a vice president, and they appointed a committee, an emolument committee, to determine what benefit he gets. And he got it. And when he became president, he appointed also an emolument committee to determine what he gets. And he got it. So today, even if what he's saying, granted, which we know is not true, even what he's saying today, if it's true, what about when he appointed an emoluments committee to determine for him what he gets? So that question, my sister, if you need any evidence, it's not what I'll give you, but what he has done is sufficient evidence. The second question, I think here, call for...
Is it a genuine position on that?
I don't think there is any evidence that his benefits have been denied him. He's not said anywhere apart from...
Sorry, your question was about what?
My question was, in your presentation, you said that he's trying to benefit from a genuine concern around...
To prey on the emotions of Ghanaians, yes.
So my question to you is...
Our position.
Your position. So you are saying
As a party, yeah.
As a party, what's your position on the Article 71?
That's whether we will pay.
And then are there plans, even on your part, to try and make sure that this issue doesn't happen subsequently, so that there's some finality to the Article 71?
Well, I think that personally I can tell you that I am aligned with Ghanaians to say that if we have to work to repeal this, it has to be done. The one thing we must note is it's a very elaborate process, but it can be started. But the point we are making is that when former President John Dramani Mahama was the vice president and president, his government decided that they will accept and amend that article. He was in office. He had power then. He didn't do it. Then now, he went to join by people to celebrate the Teza And then he went there to say that, oh, when he comes, he would repeal it. I'm saying that that is not true. That is not genuine. It is not as if he's not had the opportunity. He didn't do it, which means he won't do it if you give him the chance. So that is the preying on people's emotion that I'm saying for his political benefit. So the question, I think you know the answer for this question too, before asking. My position is that, yes, the generality of Ghanaians feel that there is some looking to that deserves that they deserve as far as repealing or amending that part of the Constitution. I don't have any opposition to it, but the only problem I have is one who has the opportunity or had the opportunity and failed to do it cannot now be pontificating for us that he will do it as though he's never got the chance. Thank you. And the last question was what? Period of payment. I am sure you know the emolument committee does its work. Once their work is completed, anyone who is a beneficiary gets it. And I think on the program he was saying that he didn't get a lump sum payment or something to that effect. I don't know why he won't get it. If he chooses not to take it, it doesn't mean that he wasn't paid. He can choose to reject it. I thought recently Togbe Fede had a reason to return his ex gratia. So if that is the case, it is immaterial whether or not we are talking about a period. The point in question is that, was it in position to get it? Did he do anything to reject it? And the answer is no. Are you okay with the answer?
This is not clear.
It is clear. The question.
So the question was that. I don't want to go into the document. Don't give us the document.
I won't give.
Do your analysis between what period and what did he receive? Well, he says they paid him 230,000 salary arrears, and he received his monthly pension.
I'm not.
Apart from that.
Now, just hold on. I'm not even telling you about salary arrears that he got or not. I'm referring to vehicles that were given to him, but he said it wasn't given. I'm telling you, he said he pays his own staff. Did you watch the program?
Yes.
He said he pays his own staff, but there's evidence that his staff are paid by the state, right? So what you are raising is a separate matter. He denies that. I don't want to go into the evidence of that. I have that over there, but we just feel that it's not fair to be circulating those information. But the substantial point is this, that it is true that he's been benefiting, and we don't know why he's creating this false impression that he's not benefiting from the provisions of Article 71.
I think your question is well answered. Thank you.
So we're grateful.
Okay.
Well, we're grateful to you for coming.
3 questions. 3.
So I think you can just make those who are going to ask the 3 questions. If there are any questions along those lines.
The 3, and he said 3 media houses will be wow. And we want to be fair. Yama abrofu for na accommodate 3 for us.
Okay. Debio, I will answer
those questions.
And Haja, you can just join us so that.
Ubodi are not media house.
Within the imam need more of Mr. Maybe can man be or can happens one Bomodia deported almost 1,000 Chinese. NPP are by 2017 to date. But I train Nipa do a wooty actual Manasseh for national side, so I'm much more than 40 years. 1 year galaxy. And a second one, recently, President make a comment, he said, when he said Aisha one was really deported, and so political party in power for President to make such
Minia, may I say? I think so. What is a question? I so very fair say but even before that, your man Penina that John Dramani Mahama as some kind say na bresso or the Chinese nationals makuma 5,000 and we deport him and I was saying free Ghana ha and we call my Minia no free media. We a challenge for you. Monko Ghana Immigration Service from the period and now from a free Afe 2012, ABC Afe 2016, na yeman panyini dada John Dramani Mahama eti abanua ne so as president yenkoji information na me catch them say enipa a Chinese nationals are deported omu free krom ade omu call China omu no 2000 me wo data ne wa ha ba se be ya wo be ka say enye mimi data na wo peniti no Ghana Immigration Service wo ho mo betimi akwa mu afiri ho say from say 2012 no be 2016 China for dodo a yedi omu free Ghana ha call omu krom China no omu dodo yesen eno no as to say ye ka say ye ba ban mu nipa dodo a yedi omu akọ no eno ensheda any subject matter of this press conference but information Ghana Immigration Service ya pass information bill mebo ana obi up information aban adwuma bia mu a obetimi akọ den akọji ntimi kire media force sa data no wo ho a at any given point say ye call Ghana Immigration Service ayensa be kamedase.
Anna, when it comes to Galamsey and Semsemwa, I think say a very important say journalist mobile mo research. I go back when President Mahama took over, when President Mills Enyani baby koye. Samoba Kaya subsequently about from 2013, 2014, 2015 up to 2016 December. Galamsey etwati se ewo Ghana ha ebi ensi Ghana bako se muda. If you like, go and check your records when it comes to Shamfine, digging in river bodies, destroying our water bodies all over the country during that period. Sa Aisha one no ayeka na semno da ben oba kruma eno so your question ese mubusa da ben particular time and na oba we oba metamorphosis oba Ghana hasi ye nyina yenim and it's between that period when His Excellency John Dramani Mahama was the leader of this country.
So next question.
No. Don't let them change it.
Maxwell from Onia TV. Eti mesresa questions na eba no. Sorry you be remaining from one eye. Let's stay on the subject matter. Eti no question should be related to presentation director of communication. Mani you have the podium. Minchwa no nijidi say the entire butaya ya de to nsafre ye no media ne ba ha no was about your man panyini dada John Dramani Mahama the end of service benefits it was a aban emramu ye de ma no na ne nkomodidi o ne Ghana for twetwe ye kire say was aban fama no eno ho na ye to nsa I think say we enye the first and last time den ya be sa to nsafre media no na if there should be any engagement on Galamsey so ye ni media no be twetwe sankomo no me da say if a question is not about your presentation here no higher respectfully ABR intimiliano. You me that say yeah I don't want us to deviate from.
No, it's okay. What's the question?
Okay, so this also been I was talking about the time Aisha entered the country. I think yes, we all understand that it may happen between the time of that is the former John Mahama administration. I want to know government is about continue. What really happened? We heard what the president said yesterday. Did you do exfiltration or you did a importation of Aisha and what you are expecting from the compensation that is the trial?
Yeah, so I can respond to that. I think that we should try not to be focusing on form over substance. We should focus on substance. Sure. What is the point you are making? That the Aisha Wang who was here in this country before the NPP came into power did something and was supposed to have been sent away. If she escaped or did anything and then found his way back into this country, the security services apprehended her back again. In case you don't know, this world over, immigration is a big problem. As you and I sit here, there are our countrymen who are finding their way to other places for whatever reason they are going there for, economic and whatever benefits. Other countries are dealing with it. I'm talking about serious, sophisticated immigration systems, complete with IT and drone technology, but people are beating them. So this question about the form, that's not material. What I want you to ask about is a president who had come, and I've decided that if it took my presidency to end Galamsey, I want to do it. That's something for you to comment. That's something a young man like you and myself need to focus on.
So much.
Now, the idea you're asking how good is the problem, because you are feeling that the president should be the one who does it. This is a national concern, it's a national project. In fact, I was telling somebody, the people who come from wherever they come from, the Chinese, for example, we're talking Aisha Wang, who ends up in our countryside, in one forest in our country. How did they get there? So you have a responsibility to support the president. What the president has done is to cast a vision, to say that we will not allow this to destroy our country. You have a responsibility to engage in that. If you see something, say something. Let's try and fight this together. That's the only way we'll succeed.
I think that the question of Aisha
Hello.
has already been answered by the
Very
Minister
well.
of Information.
Thank you.
Indicated that it was a repatriation and not a deportation.
Fantastic.
We moved away from that. The question he asked about how your ratings on fighting against illegal mining should be appropriate. Now you indicate that you are bent on ensuring that illegal mining is good. Now the president emphatically indicated that he is going to be a spear leader in making sure that illegal mining is fought. What has been your rate in fighting illegal mining?
I tell you, my young lady, before we came to this country as a government, the NPP came, there was the NDC. And if you recall, the Honorable Indus Afusedi was a lands and natural resources minister at the time, completely gave up on the fight. There was no fight for them to be fought under them. They left it. They gave up. But you tell me, your question suggests to you and to me that there is a fight against Galamsey under His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. That's where we must be. But the question then, you need to go forward and say, where is my own role in advancing that conversation? I think I've been passive. You are an active citizen. You are supposed to be an active citizen. The president, I'm sure if you heard, at his inauguration says that we must all be citizens because the job cannot be done by one person. You need a leader who casts a vision. He has cast the vision. Ours is to pursue that and do our bit to realize that dream. So I think that you are clear in your mind that this fight didn't start today. Some people gave up on it, but it's become center stage and it's being fought because we have to preserve it, this country for our posterity. Thank you very kindly. If there's any more questions for the...
I think so far, akaba akopɛ sɛ bi ni hɔ deɛ a na kyɛ sɛ megyina the New Patriotic Party yɛn director of communications ɛne the entire communication directorate nana mu na yɛde aseda soronko afma media fo a mobile nyinaa yɛhyɛ media ne bɔ Sir, every bia topical issue be bia no. Ye beto nsa afrɛ mu. Na ye ne mu akɔso ayɛ adwuma. Adwuma na ɛda hɔ ma ye ne mu nyina na ɛbɛyɛ. Mesre media no so mu kɔ no ye nkɔ mo ntwetwe ye ne mu atwetwe wa ha no. That should be the focus. And sempa ye ne mu akyɛ wa ha no. Eno na ye nkɔka ho asɛm ne ye report on that. Ye bɛda mo ase. Na sɛ de medical ka no. We enye ne yetwa to. We will continue to engage the media when